Hello, RocksAlot. It is Thursday tea time. Well, I'm drinking a soda. But, yeah, got a few things to do today. I got, well, some opal, and, well, it's showing up good today, so hopefully that continues. And we're going to work on those two first. Oop. And then get chat going so we can see you all. There we go. And yeah, we've got a few pieces of opal to do and some turquoise. Get my mask so it's ready. Check my machine, looks good. Magnifyings look good. Welcome in. Sir RocksAlot T-Time, Thursday afternoon. And I'm going to work on a few different things. We might do this later in the live today. But for right now, I'm going to work on a few pieces. We're almost up to 2 minutes, and that's usually when people start popping in. So, got a little bit of everything here. Hey there, welcome in. Hope you've had a great day. I'm going to work on a few different things today. Some's going to work, and some is probably not going to work. But I got a couple of opals that I want to continue to finish, and maybe later in the live we'll go into some of this turquoise and actually veracite here. So we will see. But for right now, I'm going to work on these two pieces somewhere in here. So these are two. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you've had a decent day. And I'm going to work on a little bit of opal. We're going to see how it comes up in the camera. If it's not that great in the camera, we'll switch over to something else. And I do want to see, because I'm not sure how to take the exposure out. So let's see. This is the one we started last week. Hi, Dens. Welcome in from Indonesia. I assume it's pretty late in the evening, or getting that way. So this is what we started last week, and we're just going to shape that up. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to shape that up, then put it on a dup stick. Then we're going to take this piece, which I just purchased, so I definitely have to use my hand, and it has lots of color in it. Ooh, it's going to be funny, isn't it? So it's got lots of color in it. The back needs redoing, and thank you. Yeah, and this one, so the main color is down this end, and then it sort of peters out down here, and it's not so great right down this edge. So I'm going to take that edge in a little bit, and I'm going to take that corner off a little bit. Hi Ellie, welcome in. A little bit different. We're going to try doing the opal as long as it works with the camera. If it stops working with the camera, we'll switch over to, I got lots of turquoise to do. But I also have some rough pieces of opal, which are good, bad, and then really bad. There is one piece in here. There we go. Oh, that's the surprise piece that we might work on. Welcome in, everybody. So yeah, this just little bits of rough. Some of it shows a little color. Some of it shows a little bit of webbing. It's like this one. It's got some color in it, but the webbing in it is not so hot. It is sort of healed webbing, I guess you would call it. So let's move over to the wheel. And then after that, if we still got time, got some different turquoises from around the United States. Got some number 8 over here. You can see that right there. And I did back those because they had a high dome to them. And I wanted to try, instead of, normally I would back the flat side where I'd cut it, and then I would dome from the dome on the top. And I wanted to see how we would do by backing the top and then coming down from the sides to see how that goes. So Really? That's really nice. How big of a piece of a tree is it? Is it a branch dense? So yeah, we're just gonna shape this up real quick on the wheel. Top it up over here. Let those sit while they dry, and then we'll try and investigate a few of those pieces of opal. So hold on one second. We're gonna move over to the Genie, which hopefully she's gonna help us today. There we go. Let's go back in like that. Looks pretty good. Can even do this actually. That's pretty good. Tighten you all up. But yeah, welcome in. Thursday. Looks like we're doing Thursday tea times for me, for my lives, and then Sunday sort of brunch lunch time to finish up the stones that we do. So I was just showing. Well, let's do this. So this is kind of what we're going to work on. I've got some turquoise in there that we may do later in the live. I have some pieces of rough opal that need a lot of work, and some hunting in there to get some rubs out of those. There is one really nice piece right here, which I'm sure some are going to say leave the way it is. But I'll explain why I'm going to actually probably... We're going to cut that one. It is a belemnite piece. So let's shape up these two, get them on a dop stick, and then we'll go from there. So let's do the one we did last week. So this is just a continuation. Let me get that out. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I have some Persian. So yeah, and we do need some more subscribers. Yeah, this one just needs some work, and we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do the lighting with opal, because it shows up much better than when I hold it up like that, it disappears. Let's see. How's that look? That didn't help at all. A little bit. Maybe if I take the light out. We'll work on that. So let's shape this up. A little bit of noise. That is the back. I'm just going to oval it out, and then we'll put it on the top stick. So here we go. It's also got a few little chips to the edges. There you go. So that's the back. And I may be able to go on the other one a little bit. Let's try it. Hopefully I won't chip it too much. It's going to be a lot quicker. A little more dangerous. Opal does like to chip if the diamond grit is too much. So be really careful. Okay, oval that out a little. Hi everybody. Hope you had a good day. Tea time. Time to relax. If you want to do your things, there we go. Not bad for first off. That is the back. I do have that little sand that we left in there from last week. That's almost ready for dopping, actually. That's pretty quick. So I did do a commission again this week. I already handed it back because I finished it up. It came out pretty well for what it was, but it was replacing a piece of mother of pearl into a cuff bangle. It was oval, and it turned out really well. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out. And see, by doing that other wheel, it did start. See if we can get this. It did start chipping up that little edge right there. But we're gonna take that off anyway. So yeah, You really don't want to go to your 60 or your 80 grit when you do an opal. It's pretty mean on an opal. So yeah, I'd never cut mother of pearl, not on sort of a large size. And this was about a 2-inch by maybe, it was not true. It was 22 millimeters by 15 millimeters. But the smell that I got off of that shell was different, strange. I still haven't placed it yet. Okay, we're gonna leave that one. So, that's not hot yet. But what I tend to do with my opal, I leave them on top of the motor for a minute and let them dry out. And hi, Alleyway, welcome in. Betty, welcome in. So this is Peace, and I'm just going to be honest. Are you ready? I bought this for $11.50 on eBay. It's over 6 millimeters. It looks like somebody was doing something on a much larger scale, and then it broke and they just rounded off that top. So I imagine it was probably meant to be an oval up to about where my finger is, and yeah, it didn't work. So they gave up on it and sold it for way too cheap. So put some really good color in it, and I'm just gonna again shape it up because on the bottom I've got a little bit of sand I'd like to take out. So I'm gonna lose some carats, but I'd rather keep it clean. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. So far so good. Had my flu shot when? Yesterday or the day before? I'm feeling okay, but I think my voice is starting to go a little bit. Let's see how quick this comes off. It's fairly hard. Maybe we can get a little bit closer on this. That's a lot closer, but we'll try it. So I'm going to take this down off the back to see if we can get rid of that sand. I believe this is probably a shell piece. I don't know if it's, my wheels must be wearing out, because normally with opal that would be very quick. So let's try and do what I said we shouldn't do. I'm going to go over here. Welcome in, everybody. I'm going to try and bring this back down pretty quick. This is dangerous. Anyway, it's not fun if it's not dangerous. Like, hopefully it doesn't just chip out. Bring that down, come on. You can hear how glossy it is. It's pretty hard for an opal. And the hardness of opal varies. I don't know if it's true, if it's like a pseudomorph replacement, like a shell, if it's harder, or if it's just a matter of how deep it is, or how compact the earth is that it's contained in. I'm sure pressure has something to do with it when it's being made. Okay, so that's coming off slowly. Sorry, that's so much in your face. So we're going to do these pieces if you just popped in. I'm going to try and get them dopped up, which hopefully I can do. It should be a little bit of a show because I usually end up burning myself. Alright, let me take this corner off. This is really hard. I'm used to some pretty soft opal, and lately it's been pretty hard. So I don't like the way necessarily that it's domed. So this is domed all the way to that edge, if you can see that. And what happens is either when you're setting or even when they're working on it, that really sharp edge right there can chip out very easily. Especially when people are putting pressure on it to set it. So So I like to give it a little bit more of a girdle and bring that in. To me, it just strengthens it a little bit and also makes it easier to set. A couple of issues with height variation. It's looking okay. Bring that in. I'm bringing that in all the way around, and we'll redome it. So, shape's looking pretty good. Color's not bad either. And I have the bright light on. Let's see if it works if I turn it off. Good. So, yeah, not really. Trying to get the right angle. It's actually got some really good color. You see those little chips in here? Those have to come out when I dome it. And I'll go back to this next one. So I'm going to reorient it. You can see it's really thick down this end and a bit thinner here. So I need to chop this bottom corner off because that corner on the bottom is mostly potch, except for that fantastic color right there. And I'm going to try and just level it out a little bit. See if I can do this. Got the zoomies on the phone today. I know people were having problems with their lives yesterday and live chat. Hey Laris, welcome in. Hi Chrissy, welcome in. Yeah, I was watching a few lives last night, and YouTube even tried kicking me out of my own account, and people were having a hard time getting into chat. But I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. Let's do this a little bit more. So the one move I haven't quite mastered is Justin's move, where he just rolls it over his finger. Let's come out a little bit. Just a tad. Yeah, he just rolls it over his finger. I'm not quite sure how he does that. He does have bigger thumbs than me. I have like ping pong thumbs and he has pickleball thumbs. I think only he would understand that. I'd love Justin to come in, that'd be great. He has visited once, no, maybe twice. And if you like Opal, obviously go watch Black Opal Direct. If you go on to Tiki Taki, the other platform, he is on there, but it's under Justin Thomas. And unfortunately, he has an imposter over there that takes credit for his work as an opal cutter who basically rips him off and uses his content under a different name, which they've tried to fight from what I understand, but they can't get them to do anything. So yeah, Justin, Black Opal Direct, and then Justin Thomas on the Tick platform. That's not quite there. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a few opals this week. We've been hitting the turquoise pretty hard. And I do have some over here to do. I don't know if we'll get to it tonight. Depends on how the colors in these opals come out. Alright. So, back looks good. That sand came out. We reshaped it. Need to get it flat. This one over there is dried. Ooh, dangerous. And I'm going to try to drop these real quick and let them set while we cut some other stuff. So hopefully we can do this without me, we can come back over here. Hold on. We go back over here and we're going to dot these up. Let's go here. Oop. So that's the turquoise we might work on later. I'm gonna try and dot these up. Without burning myself. No, I'm going to end up burning myself, so that's okay. Let's back it up some so you can see it. And get an extra piece of wax paper just so I don't pour wax all over the place. Trusty little ship lighter. I don't know where I bought that. Some sort of estate sale. Boomf. Probably would have been better if I picked out my sticks. So just reusing some sticks that we did a couple of weeks ago. And one. That's too much. So, I know others put music while they're doing their lives. I presently am not risking it because I am not monetized yet. So being that I'm not monetized, I don't want to risk later on them taking some of the credit for these lives away from me. So we're just going to heat that up a little bit because I don't want to crack it. So this is where I'm going to end up burning myself. Just going to push that up a little so I get it where I need it. Hi everybody, welcome in. You're just in time for me to burn my fingers. So let's do this one real quick. Just stopping two, and then we're going to try and rub off some opal and see if we can get lucky. I have some pieces that have very thin bars in them, and it's going to take a little bit of patience to get down to those bars because they're so thin and still pull the color out of them. So I hope you stay for that. All right, let's use the big one. The other one's bigger, so let's use this little one. All right, let's see how we do. Boom, boom, boom. Not done yet, but that may be the smoothest I've ever done it. Awesome. All right, one down. I'm going to put that off to the side. And then we're going to try this other one, which I might have a bit too much wax on. And then the opal that you see in the sort of mid-left of your screen, which may be the mid-right to your screen. We're going to look at some of that opal and see if we can get that. Make sure I'm doing this the right side. Glad you're all in here. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, we're going to do some opal today. And then we'll work on maybe some of that turquoise that you see on the screen too. People are getting excited around town. We have a big parade tomorrow for homecoming. And then, come on. Like I said, there's a bit too much wax, but it's looking pretty good. The wax will grind off as you're grinding your stone. So obviously I need to shift that back to the middle. All right, that might have been some of the best doping I've ever done. So I appreciate the pressure. I'm just going to let those cool. And we'll come back to them later on. I don't know if we can see the color in there or not. Oh, we forgot to put the light back on. Here we go. The difference the light makes. Okay, so you do need some light for opal for it to reflect. All right, those two are done. Now we're going to go back. Let's get this done, that done. Get the flame out of my way so I don't burn myself. And we're going to look at some of this opal. So I think we'll just go straight back to the water. Should be one of the last times I move you around. There we go. Tighten up. So I'm trying to get you in the middle and a good position for you guys to see. Which is there. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. All right, we're set. Sorry about that. We got those two, and then we're going to work on some of these. I have to process them anyway. Some of them have color in them. Some of them have very little color in them, but have very little bars. And like something like this has some pretty good color. But then it's also got like a cavernous in there. I don't know how deep that goes. I don't think it goes any deeper than what we're looking at. So I think most of these are shell pieces. But oh shoot, why don't we just try this one? You can see the color, so do I need to chop that, bring that all the way down? And I'm also going to do something a little bit different. We will go the traditional way and go around the edges a little bit, but I'm really just rubbing these off because I might have to make some more decisions on them. And so we might just go and bring the top down pretty quickly. Top and bottom, really. I mean, the color's really good. I'm going to work out how we're going to do it. There we go. And cave in there. So just that in itself, do we just cut that right off? Good. So I think what I'm going to do, we're going to start bringing this down right away. It's not the way to do it. A little bit more water. Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody's had a good week. I'm going to be going live pretty much every Thursday at tea time. It's the end of my week, and this helps me get out of my work head. Which this week I had a new boss this week. I have a new boss. Yesterday was his third day. And I said, so, I don't have to say where I work, but what was funny was he's been here 3 days or 2.5 days, and he had to do my performance evaluation for 2025. I thought was a little odd. Very nice guy. And I hope he lasts. I need a boss that sticks around a while. But very happy you could all join me. And like I said, we're going to go non-traditional. And I think the best way to do this is actually to take this side off first, because that will determine if that's the top, because if that's the top, I can just bring that bottom in. Or we might cut across and make 2 stones. Now if you have a second, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Alright, I'm just going to start coming down on this edge. See if we can flatten up the top a little. I almost feel like I should go to the other wheel. figured out how to put opal in a good light on the phone camera yet. I know how to do it with my camera when I'm taking photos. You just take some of the light exposure out, which if you see or you're buying opal, check on the color of people's fingers. So if you see my fingers and then you see the photograph of where you're trying to buy from, make sure it's not too crazy dark pink. It just means they pulled the light exposure out, and if they don't tell you, you might think you're getting a better stone than you're actually getting. I haven't been really selling mine, so I don't mind, showing the light exposure in my photos. But even in my little shorts and stuff, I tell everybody. Is that Otto? Hey Otto, welcome in. Glad you can make it back. Hi Frank, how you doing today? Glad you could make it in. Mush, how you doing today? Welcome in. I'm glad you could come in. We're just trying to take some of this skin off this opal. I could see, so this isn't crazing. It looks similar to crazing, but let's see if we can get this. I don't know if you can see. Let's go this way. So you see those little lines? They look like crazing. I don't believe they're crazing. We'll see, because if I keep pushing it as hard as I am, those will chip out. But I actually think it's fractures that have healed, and that's called webbing, and that does happen with opal. In black opal, you'll see black lines, white lines, and gray where the potches sort of filled in the cracks. Alright, you know what we're going to do? So one way to find out if it's crazing or not is take it over to the 80 grit, which you're not meant to use too much, and start pulling stuff off with the 80 grit. But if it's crazing, it'll pop right out, it'll chip out, because this will tend to chip the edges anyway. So I forget how much this one was. It wasn't too much. We got it from one of probably, I think it wasn't Denver. It was an older bidder of Dave, so let's see how far down we can go. Still no color. Pretty good color on the edge. You can see in there that color. I see a little bit coming next to this little sand spot there. And it is slightly rounded, and I see a little bit up there, so let's bring it down. Welcome in. If you haven't been here before, my channel name is Sir RocksAlot, and I follow a lot of the jewelry resellers, a lot of the rock hounders, and some of the lapidarists that also get onto YouTube. I've been watching for quite a few years. I started myself probably 3 or 4 years ago. Let's see if we can do this. So, starting to pop. You can see by my thumb there. And I believe this is webbing, not cracks. I don't see a lot over here anymore. That all might end up going. But yeah, my channel, I try to come live at least once a week on a Thursday, tea time-ish, sort of 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, maybe 6. We're on for a couple of hours, and then Sundays I've been coming on after church. and sort of brunch, lunchtime. Now I say that, I guess I do most of my work when I get off of my week on a Thursday, and then I'm getting ready to go back to work on a Monday. So this is more. I didn't recognize that until right now. So this must be more important to me than I thought. So I'd be doing this pretty much anyway, and I'm just glad I can share it with all of you. All right, so looking pretty good. I'm gonna move over to the middle one again, and let's see if we can. I don't know how to do this light. So looking pretty nice. There's a little bit of touch left on the in the middle, although that color's coming out really good. And this is a fairly big piece. It's maybe an inch to 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch. Hi, Mark. You're welcome. I don't know if I've seen KG in yet, but she can push some of the channels out. But I don't really want to name people off of my top favorite resellers, but there's Tanya from My Jewelry Addiction. There's Miss Wendy from Wolf Walker Collections. You have Kirsten from Kirsten's Red Sale. We have Black Dog Vintage. We have Christy from Ladies Who Loot. We have Jody's Jewels and Jody, and I was surprised and very happy to see that Miss Jody was over on Dave's channel last night. So that was a surprise. If there's anybody else I need to be mentioning in there, please let me know. There's Dandelions, there's Beth, there's Raven's Chest and Doug, and they're all just wonderful, wonderful people. So I guess I watched that to see where maybe my stones may end up one day. And Jason Adams, of course. It's some fantastic sales. And Bully Run Coffee with Jeremy. Doing a bit of a wiggle waggle. This is coming out really nice. So even with that webbing, and I have another piece inside that's similar. But that's really nice. Now I have to work out how do I dig out? Do I dig this hole out and like put something in it? Or do we have to lose it because it comes up all the way up to here? So what the person I bought this genie off of, which I may show some of the opal later on, I bought this genie from somebody who mostly cut opal. Let's get a little bit. Let's do this. And so he would get some really. He was collecting for many, many years, and he'd get a lot of the Kubapiti shell areas. So 8 Mile. There's a few different miles, and what he used to do with his shell pieces, because they're curved or they're basically a piece of clam or what do they call it? Anyway, so what he would do is he would crush his boulder opal into a dust, and then he would mix epoxy in that, and then use that epoxy and boulder opal mix to fill in the convex area of his shells. So this is looking really nice. So I'm just going to go over this one. This is my 280 grit soft wheel. So as a starter rub, I'm very happy. Just going around the top. If you have a minute, I'd really appreciate hitting that thumbs up. It really helps my channel, pushes it out when I do go live. It also pushes out my videos and the shorts that I do. Yeah, did I miss anybody much? Because there's quite a few people that help them with the moderating that are absolutely just super kind. Leonor, Aqualava, My Captiva. Some do it by themselves, and some have a partner with them, helping them on their sales. And if anybody's seen the silver price today, you're going to be glad that you had bought from them at the right time. All right, that's really nice. Extremely happy with that. All right, we're going to put that one to the side. Hey, Don. Hey, that Opal guy. Welcome in. Don's another one. So Don does Opal, obviously. And he's always pushing people's channels. So go over to his channel, subscribe. He does a lot of Opal work and some amazing photography. And see, what I need is his capabilities and his equipment to take a picture of that by reducing the exposure and getting a better look at that than I can show on here. That's a really good piece. So let's put that off to the side. Let's have a look. Got a few pieces hiding in here. I might have to get, so this one, I'm not really expecting anything in this one. There is a little flash somewhere. I think it's right there. Somewhere up in here, there's a little flash. And so, again, not being in the traditional Opal fashion, I'm going to bring the top down first. And it's giving me problems today. Let me show up now. Somewhere in here, there's a little line. I don't know if you can see it right there in the middle. That's how thin this bar is. And it's not exactly straight, and it may even have a crack going right through the middle. So if I can bring anything out of this, I'll be very happy. So we're just going to take it straight down, and we're going to go straight over to the rough wheel. So basically, I'm doing everything that you shouldn't do today. Definitely need water when you're cutting opal. It will crack if you get it too hot. I'm going to go down straight to that bar down there. I might get it, I might not. Let's see. Do a quick check. I don't see anything. I'll be surprised. This one might just sort of disappear. Afternoon, everybody, or good evening. Welcome in. We already had a few people from Indonesia and Europe, which is fantastic. I feel privileged that you would even spend a little bit of time with me in your evening time. Okay, this one has the webbing in it too, although that may be cracks, so keep going, see if I can pick up on a little color. If it happens, it may happen soon. No. Let's come from the other side a little bit. Yep, always experimenting. That's the fun of it. And I said earlier I did a commission. I think I said it last week too. I had 2 commissions the week before, and it's really not that fun doing other people's stuff. I don't get to be experimental. I just don't see. I don't see anything coming out of this. I'm having a closer look. So that bar is, it's not even a bar, I don't know what you'd call it, it's so thin. I'm gonna keep trying for it, but I think this one is going in the jar. It's good practice anyway. Come on. Really not showing anything at all. See if we can get something else in the phone. It's right there. If you can kind of see it right in the middle. So I'm not far off if I'm going to hit anything. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it. We'll try. Let's see. Oops. We'll stay focused in. Let me look at this one more time. Look at it one more time. Let's see. It's right there. I don't think we're getting anything out of this. We'll try it. So yeah, I did move over the wheel because I was taking less off. And I could actually move over to the 280, but this second diamond wheel is actually so old that it takes off very little at a time. I don't think we're getting much out of this. Alright, we're over 600. That's excellent. Thank you all. I've already gone well past what my goal for this year was. I think if you go to my channel, I've been here on YouTube since 2013. I never posted anything until 2024. And then I think in December or January 1st of this year, I had a whole 87. I think it was 87 subscribers. And I really wanted to get, well, one goal was to get 3 times what I started the year with, which we did. And then the second goal was to hit 500, because then now I can do polls, which we haven't done one on a live yet, so we'll work that out. So really my next goal is probably 750 or 1,000. Yeah, I don't think so. There's a little glint. You see it? That's about all we're gonna get out of this. You see it right above that wormhole, I'm gonna call it. It's so thin that I don't know, we'll try above that a little bit more to see if we can get down, but it's really nothing. And really soft. And yeah, I have you on the Zoom of Doom. It seems to be picking on the Opal most. That's it. So I can find it. It's not good enough to celebrate or to retire on. see, so you kind of got this line going across here, and we're going to try and it's there. We're going to try and pull a little bit more off over the side of this little, oh, it's the wormhole. I'm not going to work on the other side anymore. Let's see if we can come up with any more color on this side. I don't think it's there. Let's try. I'm actually amazed I was able to get any color off of that. No. I think that's it for this one. There's nothing on this side. But got that tiny little color up there, which is decent. Comes all the way out to here, all the way across. But all right. The first one. Hi, my Captiva. So that was the first one. Yeah, it's got that webbing in it, but I'm very happy with that. Pin fire color. Alright, let's keep checking out here. Boink. I have no idea. I don't even know if it's got any color in it. Really ugly. Ugly and small. But I'm gonna hit a few edges and see if we can pull something out. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford a parcel like Justin gets, but not yet. Now, I've talked about Justin, but if you don't know, if you like Opal, you should also check out Phil over at the Opal Mills, is his channel, also out in Australia. He's been doing his probably about 4 years, I think I've been watching. And he started off buying parcels. He's a really good jeweler. He is very good explaining how to dome stones and cut stones, whether they're freeform or calibrated. Super nice guy, very straightforward, great sense of humor. And he takes trips to Andamuka now, and him and his buddy, I think it's Jason, have their own claim. And just last week, after maybe 2 or 3 years of gigging and spending money, they did finally hit some color. So we're hoping that he can find some more color. This one's difficult. He has sold a few parcels that he purchases out there in Andamuka and split them up with some of us. Very kind of him. But I even just enjoy, he does his speed up for his journeys up there. So we get to see all the Australian wildlife on the way. Which he is the type of guy to find a bug and let it go. Or a lizard in the street and save it. So yeah, Phil over at the Opal Mills. Alright, let's have a closer look. See if there's anything, and I am not seeing anything yet. I do not see anything. Yeah, this one on the other hand, not so good. I was hoping we might have something in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that down a little bit more. See if I'm missing something, and move on to the next one. Might just be potch. Being that we live in the United States, unless you've got very, very deep pockets, or you've been in business with the right people for, decades, it's hard to get really good material. That once you cut it, you're going to make some money off of it. So why would they give us some of their opal and sell it to us if they could cut it just as easily as we can, and make the same amount of money, if not more, than sending it to us and just selling it to us? So, unfortunate, but that just goes with any stone really. Wherever you find it, you're going to pretty much find it cheaper where you find it, and as you spread away from that point, it gets more expensive. Just like turquoise here where I'm at costs more than it would if I was in Arizona or New Mexico. Or Mexico. Old and New Mexico, I guess. Okay, I don't see anything coming out of this one. Nope. And if it is in there, which I'll keep going at it later on, but I don't see anything coming from that one. This one, I see a little. Really? Okay. I'm gonna play zoomy game today. There's a little. You see that little flash right there? I don't think that really goes anywhere. But I have to check it. So it's right there. And we're going to come down. I'm going to come down from this side so that I have the thickness of the stone right here. Well, I guess I cut myself already. So if you push too hard on the wheels, they will wear down your nails eventually. Let me go into this one. Welcome in, everybody. Bring it out. I'll do a quick turn. So I'm going to bring that straight down. I'm kind of risking it. I got to process this stuff anyway, just to make sure I'm not missing something really nice. Don't think this one has much. And if it does, it's going to be any second now. But I don't think it's there. Little something right there, and you can kind of see the color right there. Let's go a little bit further. It's there. It's very, very slight. You can kind of see it. Nothing spectacular. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more and leave it. And like I said in the description, I'm just doing rubs really today. I got two that we docked at the beginning. Oh, okay. Well, this one is actually a little bit better than I thought. And now I will have to shape it. And it's going to end up taking all this off. But here we go. We're going to get a little bit closer. A lot closer. Okay. So there was something in there. And I was almost ready to put this to the side at the beginning. So now I can see it better. It's coming down to here. I can probably get rid of this. I don't think there's anything in that. Bring it all the way up. And maybe do a cushion cut of some kind. Well, we're already at an hour, so you know what? So we found something. I'm very happy that I found anything in there. That's master cutting for you right there. Not really, but look, it's showing all the color a lot better than it was. So very happy with that. Okay. I did say watch the fingers. I know. So I did meet a lady who had an art festival. I guess it was not last weekend, but the weekend before, and there was a lapidurist there, and she said she had to go through TSA, and when she went through TSA, that she had no fingerprints, and they didn't know why. All right, getting down to, let's do one fun piece. And maybe some of you can, let me show it, maybe some of you can tell me what it is, because I'm not sure. It is opal. It is, I believe, some sort of fossil, or was. I don't know what kind of fossil. It's not a snail. It may have been like some sort of sea urchin of some kind. Got those little polyps, and then actually that may just be from formation from dripping, so stalagmite, and yeah, and that might just be some dripping of silica that formed that little dollop. But inside of that, I see little tiny sparkles. It's not very prominent, and it is already chipped on this end. So all I'm gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna really hit that opal area. I want to see if I come over to this side here, if it actually opens up into something bigger, or if it's just this side. Sorry if it goes backwards from there. Bit too much zoom right there, apologies. So let's try this. Hoping it opens up, but I really don't know. So I'm just going to use this as a window. It is not opening up yet. Well, quite a few pieces of opal, rough, little ones, shell pieces, even have full shells, but I have not seen this shape before. So it did open just at the bottom there. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for coming and joining. Just stay a minute, you might teach me something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a little bit further and then leave it. Good. Come on. I don't think that's going to open up. It's got like this little... Well, you might be wrong. I see a little something on the left, right where that light is. Let's go a little further. It's not a real knobby, even though it's shaped like one. Hey Scott, welcome in. It might be. if it is, then we're getting to the we're getting to the middle of it. Alright, I don't think that's going to spread out too much. And I kind of like it. So it's not giving me any grand colors that I was hoping. A little... Wow, that's bad today. Sorry. It does have a little sparkle in there. But it is kind of echinoidish. And then it is like a giant drip from the top of a cave that just went splutch. And then maybe got pseudomorphed. Alright, we're going to keep that one that way. Kind of cute. This one, I don't think this has anything in it. I really don't. I got that one. Oh, this one's got something. So let's just check this one. Then we'll do, I got two more to do. And they have much better chances and much better color. So I'm going to tear through this one. I see very little color, but I see a little bit. I'm going to tear through it real quick. This one we are going to go around the outside in the traditional manner of cutting opal. Just to see if we can find a bar of some kind or color of some kind. I'm really going around taking off all the sharp edges. And then we'll take a peek. Yeah, so cutting opal on live, I know Justin has some pretty nice equipment, but it's hard to get the focus in and out. It's hard to show the color. I do not see. Maybe you guys do. Oh, there's a little bit. You see that? Down there. That's pretty. Opal. I think we're going to come down from this side, see if we can find anything. I'm really not expecting too much. And then we got two other pieces. And then maybe we'll move over to some turquoise. These next two pieces have a much better chance. Just a big piece of practice opal. I don't know where that little sparkle went. I don't think I went through it. Maybe it's just facing better the other way. Yeah. Beautiful piece of white opal with no color. I don't see anything. And watch, just as I'm about to put it down, it'll change. One last round. But this is good practice, even just to be rounding, you know, the opal in a consistent and even way. It gives you a feel of how much you're taking off and at what speed you're taking it off, so that when you do come across something that's decent, you know how hard to press and which grits to go to. Alright, we're going to leave it like that. That's going to be a nada. And then we're going to go to, we've got two pieces to go. This one shows some great color. It's much thinner, but bang. And it's got some nasty looking sand over here. And it almost looks like the witch's hat part right there. It's very small. But let's give this a little, I'm going to zoom around this end that isn't really showing any color and bring it down to this end. Maybe we'll end up with something teensy weensy teeny weeny down that end. Let's see how quick this comes off. A little quick on that end. See a lot of sand in there. A lot of problems. See a lot of problems. We're going to work for those. So right now, the first piece was the... it is, and I'm making it... Hi, Steve. I'm making it disappear. Oh, well. So, still looking good on that end. Sorry, camera. And not really seeing too much down the potchy end yet. So let's keep bringing this ugly end down. Here, maybe we'll get close to the color and I'll know where I'm working from. Still no color. It's disappearing quick. Oh, got a little something right there. Okay. So, got a little something. Real soft around that corner. We have a lot of sort of plateaued sand on that corner. So we're just going to try and take that out. And I might have to take more of that out, but I'm not going to do it right away. See that sand? It's some nasty looking sand. It goes all the way around. That color's starting to show. So, and for some reason, almost feels like it's chipping. So we're going to move over to this one. Thank you all for sticking around. Thanks for coming in. Hope you had a great Thursday. Whew. Okay, I can't bring that in anymore. So I'm going to take this bottom off a little. See if I can flatten it out. If I get like half a carat out of this, I'd be happy. And it's very thin. Okay. Even if I get to like opalized sandy, I don't mind having that on the bottom too much. Kind of see a little color showing up here. This is the bottom. So look at how much sand is there. But because of the way it orients, I might be able to get that out. Let's see. I think I can. I might be wrong, but I think I can. So this is when I lose my index finger nails. I couldn't do this with gloves or little tips on my fingers. And a little slow. Okay. Right now, that's pretty much as much sand as I can get off. I want to see what we look like from the top. I'm about to take the top, so I did this traditional way, went around the outside until I met more color. You can kind of, this was the bad end. You can see color in there a little bit. And I'm just going to take the top and hope it spreads across the top pretty well. Got a little bit of sand on top. Here we go. I'll be surprised, but you never know. Real thin down this end. cutting in the color on the edge. Most of these opals were under $10 in the lot. All of these opals except for one, and that was under 20. Not showing yet. Now, why would it do that to me? It's actually showing black potch from this side, in the middle. So, it's not good. I mean, it's good, but it shouldn't be on this side. I want it on the other side. It could switch, but I don't think I'll get through the sand on the other side. I don't know if it's going to keep going down deeper or not. I mean, yeah, I think it goes right through there. Means it may just be this end. But really, there's nothing I could have done about it anyway. Come on. Yeah. Getting uglier. Well, I was hoping this would pop out, but I have a tiny, tiny little stone here. And that black kernel, I don't know if it goes all the way across. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Got one more of these opal pieces to go. I mean, the first piece paid for everything else and more. Okay, so this one, it may come out. It may just come out. I think we're going to move over to the soft wheel. A little bit over. There we go. So yeah, if you haven't been here before, thanks for coming in. Channel name is Sir RocksAlot. Been doing opal, turquoise, agates, jaspers, fire agates, a little bit of everything, and try to go live on Thursdays, and then sort of finish up my stones on the weekend. Really? It's such good potential, and I don't think it's going to work out. Wow, that color's good. That seems to go across the stone. And it's going to stay there. I'll finish it up anyway. I don't think it's worth just chopping this little piece off for this little stone. Maybe. I think I'll keep the whole thing, and just those little bit of differences in opal that can occur. We've got some gray. The black is disappearing. You got some running webbing on the pot side. You got some really nice pin. Oh, it's gone. Hold on 1 second. No. Alright. So, I think it just disappeared on the wheel. I don't know if it stayed in there or not. Okay, I heard it. There it is. Tried to hide. That's really hard for a rock to do. So it flew off, flew up in here, and got caught on one of the edges. Oh, that was trying to get. Yes, some of it's from Dave Scott. I've had some pretty good pieces. I've had some pieces with webbing in them, and I got one more piece that I'm going to do that came from him as well. So this was the first piece, which turned out really nice. It does have that webbing in it, but it's not crazing. So I still like it. That's probably the best one of the day. This one had the potential of being the best one of the day, but sort of disappeared into sand, clouds. Yeah, nothing special. And then we're going to do one more. And before that, I have belemites. So I have a couple of really nice belemites. So this last piece is just the head to belemite, and we may just scrape it down some. So let's turn this on. And that'll be the last of the opal for the day. And I might show a few pieces after over here on the top table. And I'm going to leave this like this and decide if I'm going to try and roll some of that out and keep that tiny little stone. So that sand should roll out. Yeah, that sand will roll out right there. Almost gone. So yeah, that little piece will roll out. Do you keep something like that? I don't know. Belemnite, yes. It's a little pointy thing. So it is the cartilage of a squid. Prehistoric. It's old. So yeah, it would make a nice little teeth. And I might add it some. So this looks pretty ugly, doesn't it? It's got a little point to it. Gets thicker. And we're going to take that ugliness off because it's pretty well formed. Look at that bar underneath that stuff. So we are going to take this little bullet head and I'm going to try and take that down. And I'm hoping if it goes from here to here, it will end up with some nice little standing belemnite head that's been it does. So maybe a teardrop. So here we go. We're gonna do this. Let's do it on the. Let's try the middle wheel first, just to see how quick it comes off. But yeah, we're gonna do it. And there it goes. So no more screaming. It's already done. I just need to get it nice and flat. Come straight down on it. Hopefully. And hopefully this works. It may take a little while, but I'd rather do it on this wheel. Get that angle out. Okay, we're concentrating pretty good. Just started to get down. I'm hoping this shows. It might not. You know, sometimes opal will show really nice from the side, and then when you come down from the top on it, it's just not there. Sometimes that happens with rods, so the rods up and down look great from the side, and then when you actually face it, it's gone. And that may happen with this. I'm hoping it doesn't happen with this. A little turn. I'm just doing that little turn so that I can see the bar on this side. Check. move over to the next wheel, which it has a smaller grit, but it's a newer wheel, but it is a Nova wheel, so it is a soft wheel, and it is a little more forgiving on pressure. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on that tip. Just roll this side a little. See how the color's different on this side? It's nice, but much nicer there. We're getting closer. And do we have any color? Well, I think we do. Alright, I'm going to go to the Nova. I'm going to switch over here. Thank you all for being in. Spending a little bit of time. Steve, I saw you in the chat. I hope you had a good week. Guess what? I forgot. I forgot to bring out that Opal that has been semi-processed for doubling. I promise I have it. Oh my goodness, okay. Gonna work on this edge a little bit. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you snuck peeked what I just snuck touched. This is definitely going to be the nicest piece of the evening. Oh, come on, come on. Come on. Some white that needs to come out. Like a creamy browny color. Come on. Alright, I think we can do this. Let's take this out. I'm working on the thin end, which is a little scary. Because it's going to be, the thinner it gets, the more delicate it's going to get. Ooh, come on. Man. I'll show you what I'm working on. Let's get close. Starting to show. Now the thing about belemnites is they do have a hollow spot going down the middle, just like a squid. So I have to try and take that cloudy bit out and hope that it hits this color at the bottom here, and that's what we're going to work on. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Hi Liz, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. You came in just in time for the best piece of the night, I hope. So I'm hoping you bring me some luck. Come on. Might get a little rounded to get down to this area, but that's okay. Come on. It's so close. Alright, I'm gonna go right here. I'm actually using the edge a little. Try and go into the middle rather than on the edges of the opal itself. Ooh, come on. Come on. I got this. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm gonna leave it at a second. Straighten it out. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. This was worth it. I hope that the YouTube, because they automatically take a clip out of your live. So when I say this, I need everybody to scream at the same time so that they know that's the clip to pull out. Liz, thanks for coming in. Thank you, Scott, Stephen, Mark, Christy, KG. Oh my goodness gracious. This is so nice. Alright. You ready? Here we go. So, tell me if I should have just left it looking like that. Which the other side was even sandier. You ready? Look at that. And this is in full light. Look at that. So I got a little bit to take out there, but I think it's thick enough. Woohoo is right. I think I can just take that piece. Just do it real quick. Oh shoot, that was dangerous. That was dangerous. Almost got a little too happy there. So I got a little bit more to go down, but I'm going to use the other wheels. Look at that. That is fantastic. Alright. So, and this was a piece of Dave's. Yes, Scott, it's really, really nice. Very, very happy. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for coming in the right time. I'll get some pictures of this because, let me try the light. See if that makes, yep. So that's still the flashlight on the light, which is extremely bright, and Opal shows better in sunshine, or, see, it's almost going to go through, so I got to be really careful. I might just leave it. It's got that little rusty spot, but that's okay. Yep, love that. Love that. So that was one of the best, and then where's the other one gone? This was the other ugly one on one side. Looking pretty good on the other side. But look at the difference. That's great. There's a little bit there, but not much. Be very careful there. Alright, that's good. Let's see how those ones that we docked are. So, these ones were what, $10 ones? This was the one from last week. That's the one from last week. That I need to finish. And thank you for all the likes. This was the new one. So I got this for $11.50 on eBay a week ago. It was up here. It was half of an oval that had broken. And we're going to finish this up real quick. We're going to put the light back on, so mind your eyes. And I'm just going to get this finished. I hope. Start bringing the dome in. This opal's so much harder than that other stuff we've been working on. Thank you all for hanging out. Where are we at? Hour and a half, so yeah, really appreciate you. Go ahead, hit that like. I know people have dinner and kids and school and all that kind of stuff. And work in the morning too. So I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Yeah, if you could hit that thumbs up. It could be now, it could be later after I upload it, that'd be fine. It all helps. It does help me push out to other spectrums of the world. And that little spot doesn't want to come out. One little tiny speck should come out. Let's go over to the other wheel real quick. Right, let me dome this properly. some lovely people in from Indonesia earlier. Which, you know, if you're in the gem world, Indonesia and Malaysia is Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand. You get some of the best gems in the world, found and processed. They have the best cutters. Going around. Got pretty good shape. Let's look at the color. Where'd my color go in the phone? Doesn't want to be there. I'll find it. White opal and phones do not mix. I need to do it. And there's a couple of pieces. There's a piece of turquoise I'd like to get done tonight too. Alright. Turn it off. See if we can get some of this at least. Works on an angle. So yeah, 12 bucks I think, 15 bucks including shipping. Got a better dome, looks much better in person. I don't know how to take the exposure off. Yeah. Not going to work. So, better work on that. Sorry for the flashes. Anyway, that's pretty good. So, what are we going to do? I have some pieces over here. Or should we just leave this for Sunday? I think we're going to leave this for Sunday. So, if you want to come... Sorry, that scared me. I put the paper on the wheel. Come smaller, sorry. Playing games. What we're going to do instead is let's take a peek at a few opals, see how they come up in the light. And we're going to do that turquoise on Sunday. So this was a piece I bought a while back. And it actually came from, I guess there's a gem center in LA, kind of like New York. So they have like floors in this building. I think they're still there. So this was an 8.5 carat Cooper Petey. It is very jelly. And I need to see, wow, I need to see if these colors come out, because we need to play with the phone to see if the colors come out. And there you go, it does. So let's have a look. Let's open her up. There we go. Yeah, thank you all for coming in. You know, I watch all of you in chat and on all the resellers, so I really appreciate you being in here too. I know you see me in the chat, but you don't put a voice to it, and it's really nice of you to come in and take a little time with me. So, here you go. Look at that. Now if you take that background off, it still sparkles. It's still got some color depth, but you can see my finger behind it. It's a really nice opal. One of my better buys. The price that I paid for it when I bought it, and I've had it a while. But yeah. 8.34 carats. Old school. Old school from the LA Center, Los Angeles Center, Gem Center in California. Turkeys? Yes. I don't know that word, but we're going to look that turquoise or turquoise. I do have turquoise. Now this is opal though. Oh, that's dry. So really nice. Let's have another look. I've got to do this without dropping them in the water. This one came with a really nice display case. And let's pull one of these out. Boop. Okay. So we have some, I know Turkey has some fantastic jades, and they actually have quite a few different minerals that come out of Turkey that you can't get anywhere else in the world. They also cater to some of the Persian turquoise that comes out with pyrites. So yes, so Persian or Iranian turquoise with some of the pyrites, actually without the pyrite, is probably some of the oldest known and most beautiful in the whole world. Absolutely. So this one is, let's see, what do we got? This one is also Cuba PD. It is 2.77 carats. One day I'll put these up for sale. Let's see if we can get this one to take a peek. So let's go closer. That's a little too close. How about that? We can focus on that. It may focus on this. I'm really trying to get this opal to work, and it's so difficult with these phones. There we go. Oh, birds have come to say hi. Really pretty stone. That's okay. But we welcome you in. Really appreciate you spending some time with us. It's got to be fairly late at night for you, I imagine. Some of the Hubei, Scott, is fabulous. You know, just because it's Chinese, don't think it's bad. I actually like some of Hubei better than, and not just Hubei. There's some other, I think, not Lone Mountain, but there's some other places in China that are putting out some really nice turquoise. And the Faust site that Dave worked on the other night with the greens, really bright greens, super nice. Let's have another look. Let me pick one out here. This one's pretty nice. Okay. I'm not so much on Telegram. I know my family are. They are over in Europe, so I'll look it up. So this one is 4.3635 carats, really nice high dome. Almost has a cat's eye to it. Hey Rufus, I saw that actually. I saw that in the chat, and I was wondering. I do like poppy jaspis. I like Biggs. I like Awahi, which are almost the same. There's some Indian paint that I like. But true poppy jasper is superb and not found that much anymore. So there we go. Look at that. So yeah, I could just look at these all night, which was not my intention. Got a nice rolling flash on that one. Let's do one more, and then gonna call it quits. And then, if you'd like, come back on Sunday, because on Sunday we are going to do that turquoise that I have back. Oh, this is a really nice one. Okay. This one, oh, this is, I think I've shown this in a short before. It has one crack in the face, but it's really neat. And this was the gentleman that filled in his shell opal with this obsidian. You can kind of get a rainbow from it. Yeah, are you going to be putting that up over on Discord? Or you just got enough to put in the collection? So that's the rainbow on that side. And then on this side, kapow, look at that. Yeah, rainbow obsidian with rainbow opal in it. How about that? It does have a crack in it. There's a little crazing. But it's a big piece. It's over 2 inches. And the colors still emit really nicely, so I keep it in my little collection. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really appreciate you. If you would hit the like button, that would be fantastic. If you would subscribe, that would be awesome. I will go live again probably Sunday. We'll do some turquoise and finish off these opals if I haven't finished them off already. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do next week. So thank you for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate and love that. I feel honored that there's even 2 people in here. So to have 44 or 50 at a time is just fantastic. And love you all. We will see you on Sunday. I will put up a short. I will upload this video. And then, yeah, we'll see you then. So in the meantime, take care of each other. And most of all, take care of yourselves. Cheers now. I do not right now, baubles. But maybe in the future we'll work something out, baubles. So thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Scott, Rufotis, Liz, Much, KG, Stephen, everybody that joined in, thank you. All right, cheers now. Have a great evening and a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye now.